How do chess pawns create strategic holes? Imagine a game where tiny pieces can shape the entire battlefield. That's what pawns do in chess. They might seem simple, but their moves can open up or close down crucial squares. When pawns move forward or exchange, they leave behind empty spots called holes. These holes are squares no pawn can protect because pawns can only move forward and never go back. Once a pawn moves away, it can't be replaced, so the hole stays. For example, in certain openings like the Sicilian defense, if black pushes the e-pawn to e5 and exchanges on the c-file, the d5 square becomes a hole. White can then place a knight there, creating a strong outpost that black cannot easily challenge with pawns. Backward pawns are another example. They are pawns that lag behind their neighboring pawns and can't safely move forward. The squares in front of them become weak spots, or holes, that the opponent can target. Isolated pawns are also important. These are pawns with no friendly pawns on adjacent files, leaving the squares around them vulnerable. When a pawn moves, it can leave behind unprotected squares that the opponent's pieces can occupy. These unprotected squares are the strategic holes. They are often used by enemy knights or bishops because pawns cannot dislodge them easily. Controlling these holes can disrupt your opponent's plans and restrict their piece movement. Sometimes, players even create holes on purpose to gain dynamic play. They might accept a weak pawn structure to open lines for their pieces or to challenge the opponent's position. To take advantage of these holes, look for opportunities to place your pieces on unprotected squares. Use your knights and bishops to control these spots and prevent your opponent from occupying them. Defend your own holes by placing your pieces there, especially knights and bishops, so they can guard these weak points. Be careful with pawn moves and exchanges because unnecessary holes can weaken your position. Use pawn breaks to challenge your opponent's control of these weak squares or to remove backward pawns that create holes. In the end, pawns shape the game by their movements and exchanges, creating spaces that can be exploited or protected. Recognizing these holes and understanding how to use them is a key part of mastering pawn structure strategy in chess.